So, howdy everyone. I'm Daniel from the SGA Unplugged podcast, and just quick note and reminder that this podcast is presented by members of the UTRGV Student Government Association. The opinions, ideas, and discussions shared in this episode are our own and do not necessarily reflect the official views or positions of the UTRGV Student Government Association.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of SGA Unplugged, the UTRGV podcast hosted by two senators at large. I'm Kevin Flores with my co-host Daniel Vera. Today we're excited because we have two amazing guests from one of the most competitive and intellectually challenging organizations on campus, in my opinion, the UTRGV mock trial. We have the vice president,
Eddie Garcia,
and an officer,
Shelby Garza, event coordinator.
joining us today. Thank you for both being here on the podcast.
No, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Let's get started. Helping other students. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourselves, your roles in
Yeah, Shelby, you can go first if you'd like.
Yeah, your roles in UTRGV mock trial, and for people who don't know what is mock trial, because I didn't know until my friend Ian told me about it.
Yeah, so this is going to be my second season with mock trial. Each year we essentially get a case, whether that be a criminal case or a civil case, and from there we take on roles, whether it be an attorney or a witness. As an attorney, you can get placed with the prosecution slash plaintiff side or the defense, and from there you essentially take on the role of an attorney, and you plead your case, whether that be through opening statements, closing statements, examinations, and just questioning your witnesses and objecting.
So mock trial is just like a court case, but like students?
Yeah, pretty much. Mock trial, it's essentially what it is. You're making up a trial, right? We go in there, we're kind of pretending that we're having our case versus another set of people's case. And essentially, we're throwing facts at them, and they're throwing facts at us. But mainly, this is where, the part where you guys see in the show, objection, that's what we do.
So what, I assume both of y'all are on the mock trial team. Yes, of course. What positions do you guys individually have?
So this year, I decided to take on more of a coaching role. In previous years, I was an attorney mainly for the defense side. A lot of fun, but I wanted to kind of give more of a third-party role, help out the witnesses, because a lot of what people don't realize that's in mock trial is that you kind of have to act just a little bit, especially if you're a witness. You have to embody your character, whoever you're trying to play.
So this season, I'm taking on the role of a prosecution attorney. I'm switching over because last semester I was a defense attorney, so I wanted to kind of see that other side and get a taste of that.
So you guys choose which roles you want to be, and you guys take turns, or is it okay, you get assigned this, do your best?
Well, we usually have tryouts at the beginning of the season. That kind of right there, we kind of see, is that person outspoken? Is that person confident? What is that person's kind of personality going to fit in? Given on how they do in the tryout, if we see that, this person has real strong voice, super confident, he'll probably be a good attorney, or she'll probably be a good attorney, and then vice versa.
Oh, I love that. So you guys accept all majors, or do you just need to be wanting to be a lawyer?
No, we accept all majors.
Yeah, you could be any major. You could be engineering, English, political science, whatever will take you.
It's a lot like the real law, when you go to law school, it doesn't matter if you're a bio, engineering, reading, writing, what doesn't matter. Any bachelor's gets you in law school.
Wait, are you being serious?
Yes.
I'm not going to lie, I thought you needed to be a liberal arts major, because
No.
everyone I know that wants to be a lawyer is studying liberal arts.
No, yeah, you could go in with any major you want. I mean, some people argue that other majors help more than certain others, but they take any major.
Yeah, a lot of lawyers here in the Valley, surprisingly, they all got their bachelor's in accounting, right? And then they see students going on political science, and that's kind of the new era. But once again, it's whatever your preference is.
So what are y'all's majors?
I'm political science with a minor in legal studies.
Same thing. I'm majoring in political science, but I'm minoring in economics.
So we got the new age is what you're saying. We
Yeah,
got the new age. No, that's awesome. Yeah, no, I've always heard that, law school is a lot more different than med school, where it's ideally you want to have those core classes going into med school, and they only accept people of specific majors.
Yeah.
When I tell people, oh yeah, law school is very different, you can just go into it knowing, in general, anything, and they'll take you as long as you have the grades and the LSAT. They don't mind it.
Yeah, it's because once again, when you're wanting an attorney, you want somebody that's experienced in other things besides just one given thing, right? If you're wanting to have an attorney to help you out with a patent or you're inventing something, you want them to lock it down that's only yours. Well, obviously, you want somebody that's a little bit more comfortable with engineering or computer science or something. So a lot of law schools will like kind of see what makes you different.
Yeah, not to mention, I think when it comes to law, a lot of it is subjective. I mean, yes, of course, we have the law, we have our rules, right? But when it comes to arguing things, there's normally going to be two sides, and you take the side that you want, and whoever argues it the best, that's the person who's going to win. So I think that's why it's kind of like, okay, whatever major, as long as you can debate.
So as long as you can debate, you're good?
Yeah, pretty much.
Debate, confidence, yeah.
As long as you can spit facts, man. That's
Yeah.
all you need.
Earlier you mentioned the LSAT. What is the LSAT? Because, like, what is the LSAT?
The LSAT, well, it's a test comprising of just pretty much on how best you can argue, right? One big portion of it is reading comprehension. Essentially, I don't know if anybody remembers back in the day when we would take the STAR test, where you would read a test or read a story, then kind of say, oh, I read this, or the main point was that. That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
And pretty much it's just testing you.
Yeah, there's different sections. There's the reading comp section. There's also the logical reasoning, which I don't know if you guys would be surprised to hear this, but on the exam, like, none of it has to do with law. None of it.
None of it?
It's purely, like, just random issues. The logical reasoning, there's, like, multiple different types of questions. So there's questions like, okay, if this is true, what must be true? It's a lot of logical reasoning. And then, of course, there's also the written portion, but that doesn't go into your score. So.
One thing I did kind of was told when I first started studying for the LSAT, an attorney told me, as long as you're like can comprehend the basic meanings of what it is to be a human, then you'll be fine. It's an easy test.
Can you give me, like, a question on the test? Now I kind of want to know.
There's a lot of practice tests that's out there that you
Yeah,
can just
there's
take.
so
Like,
many.
yeah, because for example, I was talking to President Juan about this, and he was like, I really want to take the LSAT because I heard a lot of physics majors typically do really well on the LSAT. So we're gonna work up a practice LSAT for him just for funsies.
Dude, slide me that LSAT.
We'll give
please.
you both and see who scores the higher.
Yeah.
But can you what I always tell people is that the LSAT is, remember taking the SAT to get into university, that the LSAT is the law SAT version of law school. It's just you take it and then you score, and then that kind of boils down. Okay, remember if you on the SAT, if you score about this high, you're pretty much automatically accepted into this many universities and same thing. With the LSAT, same concept, just the scoring is real different. So I think the highest is a 180.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys taken it?
I have taken it.
A practice or like the actual?
I took the actual. I'm actually applying to law school right now, so hopefully we can
Nice.
get in for the fall.
Do you mind me asking what was the score that you got?
Wasn't a 180. That's for sure.
That's
another
like,
level.
yeah, that's like
Yeah.
gifted.
But I was in the average range, a 150 to 160 range. is
Okay,
where I was at.
I think that's almost automatic acceptance into like the majority of them.
Yeah,
So
the LSAT's been changing a lot. There's a lot more practice tutors. We even have students here on campus are giving up their free time to kind of help you out, right? But once again, the more time you put into it, the better, because higher score is always better.
Yeah, and of course they look at scores, but they also look at other pieces of your application. I know I've talked to a lot of admissions officers, and a lot of them have really been emphasizing your personal statement, because that really shows, your character, and it gives the answer to the question, why law? A lot of people, like, maybe they want to go in it for money, but in reality, if you want it for the money, it's not your place.
yeah, I was recently told this by someone very close to me, my mom. She was like, not every attorney makes money, and I was like, oh, I know that for sure.
Yeah.
But,
Really?
yeah,
I thought they
no.
were all banking.
No, God,
No.
no. Some of them only make like 60
Yeah.
a year. Like that's compared to the amount of work. But it just depends on what you want to take on and all that.
Sometimes my time in the actual legal field, I've taken more pleasure out of the cases I made just a couple $100 for clients, because then you really get to connect with them. You feel that you actually made something better in their lives, and that's all you need. It's not always about the dollar signs. It's about how you impact other people.
Yeah.
So how many type of because I don't have any knowledge about law. There's a lot of cases in law. Like when you study for a lawyer, you study for one particular type of lawyer.
When you're in law school, you kind of do the general, right? So pretty much you're going to learn a little bit of criminal, a little bit of, your regular ambulance type cases, and then kind of more patent, just general case of everything. Once you actually start working and deciding where you want to be as a lawyer, what you want to do, that's when you start kind of honing down on it.
Yeah, there's a lot of different classes you can take in law school that kind of give you a good basis, and I think from there, that's when you kind of decide what you really want to go into. I know a lot of law schools, if not all, they offer clinics in which you can practice pro bono under real attorneys, and with that, you can really get a good understanding of what you like and what you don't like.
Have you guys decided on where? Like, we'll say, a little off topic. Say Hail Mary school. Which one you have automatic acceptance into any of them? Which one are you guys going to?
I love Texas. I'll probably just stay here in UT if I could.
UT?
That's my dream.
I think
I
I'd
love
probably
that.
stay somewhere here in Texas too. I mean, some people might, use that and be like, oh, I want to go to Harvard. But at the same time, I feel like you kind of have to keep in mind, like, okay, yeah, you might be going to Harvard Law, but okay, what's it going to be like once you're actually there? Are you going to want to drop? Or are you going to be crying every night? Like,
That's very fair. I mean, when you compare the attrition rates of I believe it's 1Ls, like the Harvard Law and Yale and all the big T14, they have almost 0% drops. I mean, there's got to be something keeping them there, but I'm a Texas fanboy, except I'm a A&M guy. So I always looked at their A&M law school. I'm like, yeah, UT, not my favorite. But
AM's new, but man, it's been growing
They've been
real
climbing.
fast.
Really, they're new? Like,
Yeah.
like what's new?
Well, if you look at UT's got like decades upon decades,
Jesus.
When it comes to here in Texas law schools, A&M's still like kind of a baby compared to everybody else.
yeah,
but they're really climbing up in like statistics and stuff. I know an admissions officer came down for this class that I took in the summer, and I think their class of 2023, I want to say, their median GPA was I think it just hit a 4.0.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Oh, that's brutal.
I love this combo, but I kind of want to ask y'all something about mock trial. You guys, like earlier, y'all audition to be on the team, or is it a club? And then some of y'all go compete? Like, how does that work?
Well, we keep the team open to everybody, right? If somebody just hits us up or they see us in the library or whatever, hey, can I go to practice just to see what's going on? By all means, we love that, right? We want everybody to experience it. But when it comes to actually competing, we do have a tryout process. It's a little bit more of a, seeing who you are, getting vetted correctly. But when it comes to a whole club as a general, anybody's welcome. We love everybody to join on.
Yeah, with that, for auditions, we make a little case packet, super small, like 2 pages. It comes with a short fact pattern with also 4 opportunities to choose different witnesses. It's like a fourth of a page. And from there, you can go ahead and read the witness statements, gather everything, and come up with an opening statement to audition as an attorney. As for witness, you get cross-examined by the officers, and we see how you do under pressure.
Like witness? Like, okay, what do those two do? Like witness? Like, how do I audition to be a witness? Like I would, like me, if I wanted to be a witness, how would I audition?
Well, you would just read the case packet, be like, oh, I want a witness for the officer in this story, right? And then we would question you, like us being an attorney, and we'll give you like just kind of questions like, oh, what were you doing the night of this? Well, actually, weren't you doing that? And we're gonna try to catch you in like a little bit of lie to see on how good you remember. Because remember, you're not pretending to be that person. Essentially, you are that person. So.
And you can't lie. So even if we're like on you, like, okay, but where were you at that? You cannot lie. You can't lie.
You think you'd be able to pass that, Daniel?
The witness portion?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd be able to. Yeah, I think I have a rough ballpark knowledge of how to be a witness and stuff. I think I should do it.
I think the best part is when you can make the attorney, like you're able to dodge every question so perfectly that the attorney has to go, Your Honor, he doesn't want to talk. And then that's when you're as a witness, you're doing good.
Yeah.
And as the I guess the prosecutor, are they like, yes, please keep going, or?
Yeah, I mean,
Pretty much.
yeah, your case is going really good right now, so yeah.
Now,
At that point.
I've always heard this. I don't know if it translates to the same thing in mock trial, but it's really difficult to not get emotional at real trials as an attorney, like because you're arguing back and forth. Does it happen with mock trial as well? You guys ever just really frustrated and really?
There's been times where I was frustrated. Yeah, I know we went to go compete, and it was kind of a last minute switch with the witnesses. So essentially, I got someone that I wasn't really prepared to cross examine, and not to mention, like, he was a big guy, like super tall, and he was just sitting there, and I was asking questions. He's like, no. And I was just getting so upset because I'm trying to like corner him, and he just wasn't. It was really hard, and yeah, I did really bad. But I was getting really frustrated for sure.
What about you, Eddie? You ever gotten emotional during it?
There's one moment that everybody that was there keeps reminding me of it. Where we're in TCU competing, and there was this one girl that, I was crossing her and I was asking her questions. And essentially, she just kept flip-flopping on me, Like, I asked her, what were you doing this day? Oh, I did this and this. And then I asked her, like, the same question, just rephrased it. Completely changed the answer. So then I went off. Like, I got real heated because I kept trying to, like, lock her on. Like, hey, you keep changing your answer. I got real, like, frustrated. I was like, ma'am, if there was, I would pull out the recording and have, like, really show that you're lying. And everyone was like, whoa, okay, that's too far. That's too far.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. We're gonna have to go on our first break because of a new schedule, but I actually really like this combo. So
we'll put a pin on it. Yeah.
We'll put a pin on it. Pull back up in we're in like 4 minutes. We're gonna play a quick song. Thank you guys.
Alrighty, and we are back with a really quick plug before we do anything.
So yeah, I'm the president of the Pre-Law Society, and we just hosted an LSAT workshop class through the company Score Perfect. It was a really great opportunity for people that attended the Zoom class. We got to go over some logical reasoning, and our members learned a lot. So if y'all have any questions or are interested, feel free to follow the Pre-Law Society Instagram or reach out to our email and ask some questions about that.
Wait, you're president of the Pre-Law Society?
Yes.
Oh.
Wait. One more. Hey. Okay, and then what about is there an Instagram for mock trial or anything like that?
Yes, we have an Instagram. If you type in UTRGV mock trial, you should find us on Instagram.
Yeah, that's our Instagram. Feel free to follow us or anything. We try to be as communicative with everybody. Once again, we like to have more people involved.
And then what are the dates that y'all meet? Is it weekly, bi-weekly?
So as of right now, we're meeting once a week on Fridays. But just to make sure that everyone's keeping up with their duties and their direct examinations, their cross-examinations, we try to meet with our teams. So I've been meeting with my co-counsel and my witness just to make sure that we're kind of staying on track before each Friday practice.
That's something that we try to have everybody accountable, because since it's essentially 4 different teams with each team having a defense and prosecution, everybody's like, hey, I can't meet Friday, but I'm going to be there on Wednesday at the library with my witness or whatever it may be. And honestly, I'm so proud of our team this year. Everybody's holding each other accountable, everybody's on top of each other like never before. Yeah.
So I have a question then about mock trial. So your team, how long do y'all spend training? Because from what I imagine being a lawyer and mock trial, how it sounds like from what I've heard, is it super hard? Y'all train, study, train, all of that?
Well, it's a super long case packet. So yeah, if you're not at least spending time with your team, you're definitely diving into the case. I think the case packet is about 200 and something pages, 256, I want to guess. Yeah. But yeah, it's full of affidavits, about 40 something exhibits, I think, and then not to mention the front part of the case packet has all the stipulations and undisputable facts.
Essentially, it's if you're going to take a test because you're going to be in court and there's going to be a judge and everything, you don't want to forget something. Yeah. So it's just a lot of research, just a lot of reading, and sometimes people think it's boring, but once you're actually in there and you're practicing, there was times that we would start practice at 5 and we wouldn't finish, or we wouldn't leave campus till almost 12 at night because we were just so zoned in and everybody was just going at it.
And so that's the practices, right? And you said you spoke about that 200-page basically kind of like your Bible for that. Are you going into when they say the mock trial, is that just the ending of the whole court process, or is it everything's already predetermined and you're just kind of going through the motions of it?
You're just kind of going through the motions because you should have everything prepared, like your questions and your statements.
I'm sorry. I'll rephrase. So, for example, if on the end of the book, right? Is it all predetermined? Okay, he's gonna be guilty. If the verdict is guilty, is it
no.
all like a play or is it?
No. So pretty much, essentially on how good you do it,
Yeah.
that determines if your person's going to jail or not, right?
I
Like,
love that so
there's
much.
times where like we'll get out of the competition. We'll be like, hey, my guy went home free, and then they're like, my guy went to jail. Like, it's
My guy's doing 50 years.
yeah.
Yeah. So with that, I remember being told, I think my very first semester, they said in the case packet, each side should have like, I guess the same amount of facts that could help them win. Yeah, so it's like not like, oh, 60-40. No, it's like 50-50. Like 50-50, like, okay, yeah, he's really good. He saw the guy like with a knife or whatever. Well, yeah, but he was drunk that night. Like, you know, so there's just a lot of flaws in each character that kind of make it like, you don't know
and
what's
it's up
gonna
to
happen.
you
So-
to argue.
Yes.
It depends on the people on the side. Like,
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, it does.
And once again, this kind of goes back to everybody has a different kind of origin in their life, so they see different things, right? Like, there's times where I'm reading it and I'm like, hey, the guy messed with his scooping gear. Essentially doesn't mean that he could breathe, right? And then someone's like, well, actually, no. And then they throw in their ideas because they know something else. And that's where, like, you just have so many different, like, theories and on how many ways it can go down. And it's just really, it's just kind of a whole thinking pot, really.
Yeah.
is the case you're talking about Charlie Martin?
Yeah.
Yes.
How did you know that?
How did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Oh.
That's why you're the one that name dropped it.
Someone, it's 'cause I was asking a mock trial member, Mateo Garza. Do y'all know who he is?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, Mateo's awesome.
Yeah, and he was he was explaining to me mock trial like what it was, and Charlie Martin. He was explaining to me I mean, that was the case that someone's scuba drive broke and a lot of more stuff was happening. I don't know. It sounded super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like when you said that you've done it for like a lot of hours, is it fun? Like it doesn't feel like time's passing, or what?
Well, when you mean like time passing, I guess like sometimes you don't realize that you're sitting down and just going back and forth for hours. Sometimes it just feels like, oh, it's been like 30 minutes. And you're like, where did the sun go?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I have a big whiteboard at my house, and after practice last week, I went home and I just started writing, and then like took a step back, it was filled up. I was like, wait, what happened?
Oh,
But yeah.
man. That's awesome that you guys find a lot of enjoyment in it. That sounds like a great use of time. It's fun for y'all.
I think the one thing, I love the game Clue. It's like a weird board game.
Yeah.
It's the same like kind of concept. You know, if you love playing like murder mysteries or anything like that, then you'll love mock trial. It's kind of like the same type of vibe, and got to make your own idea of the whole story.
Yeah.
Did you love playing Among Us?
I never played that one. I never played.
I played that one. That one was fun.
No, I loved Among Us, and it taught me because when I was imposter, I got more mad at people. When I wasn't imposter, I got more mad at people when they thought I was imposter. So that's how that game helped me. The murder mystery games, how to lie.
Yeah.
So see, Daniel, could be helpful.
Yes, I agree. I mean, I loved Clue. I loved playing Clue. I was never amazing at it unless I was the killer. But Among Us, yes, that was a great game. I would always just start yelling at people like, "You vented, I saw you," and then just gaslight everyone. It's always fun. So, really quick, is there anything that you could tell anyone like us that would surprise us about yourselves? So is there like a fun fact that got you into mock trial, or like this is a reason why, or something completely unrelated? Is there
Yeah,
anything
how
about
did-
you that you would want everyone to know about?
How did y'all get involved? Yeah.
Well, I think the one thing that I love about mock trial, and like something that we still try to harbor to, is that we don't hold any prejudice against anybody, right? Like anybody, no matter what major, no matter what, we welcome it, right? When I first heard about mock trial, I was in class, and I was like, it was like a class that we had to like present, and I was making like debate questions or whatever. And then someone's like, hey, you don't like mock trial? I'm like, what's that? And then I was interested in law already, and they were like, you should definitely do it. And then next thing you know, I was in it, and we're always kind of reaching out to people like that. And the same thing, like we're never going to shy anybody away. We're never going to push you away. We always love it. I think one thing that we're really trying to push out more is just kind of show that you don't have to be perfect, right? I have no family in law. I have no experience in debate in high school or anything like that. I was completely new to it. But the one thing I had was, I think I have, is a little bit of confidence, and that's something I try to show, right? I'm not one to shy away from like speaking up or kind of saying something. And the team saw that, and they were like, okay, this person, he doesn't know everything. He's not perfect, but he has the foundation to do it, and we'll teach you up there. And then that's something that we try to do now.
I think for me, one of my strong suits is probably, I guess, like the whole performance part of it. I know that whenever I would try out and do the opening statements, I was able to put a lot of emotion into it. That goes back, I've been dancing for a long time, so I think that's what that kind of goes back to. Um, yeah, I think that's definitely my strong suit. I've also learned a lot with objections for sure. I did mock trial 1 year in high school. I didn't learn too much, but definitely mock trial here at UTRGV helped a lot with that. And I've been able to talk to different attorneys, and I'll tell them like, yes, like I'm on the mock trial team. I've learned about objections, and I like talk about the different objections, and they're like, wow, like that's really impressive considering you're 19. So.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Wow. It's really good that you're actually learning a lot about the law school aspect, too, of at least the knowledge base.
And that's one thing that's another thing that we love to push. I was able to get an internship prior to joining mock trial, and then now that's something that we're trying to establish now, right? We have networking events that we're trying to set up. We have moments where we want our members to meet attorneys, to make those connections, to eventually get real life experience, right? Last year, before I was an officer, I had like 3 or 4 students come up to me and they were like, hey, how'd you get an internship? And I told them just right off the bat, hey, you gotta be honest, you gotta be available, and you just gotta communicate. Mm-hmm. And I was able to get 3 out of the 4 an internship within that same semester, and I was so proud of them, and I gave them props to this day, and that's something that I'm trying to do this year, right? So when we're actually setting up a big networking event, we're leaving it open to UTRGV. It's not completely out yet, but it's something that we are trying to get done for this semester. Once again, it's open to everybody because we want everybody to have the same experiences and have the same opportunities to better themselves and get more knowledge.
So with that being said, follow our Instagram for updates.
Well, what's the Instagram?
UTRGV mock trial. Yeah.
Hey, that's awesome that you're trying to start the network event. Is there any more info you can share on that? Is it gonna be next semester? Where is it gonna be at? You got any more people?
Yeah, so it's gonna be this semester. We're just waiting on approval. But yeah, we're gonna hopefully have it, and we're gonna have a lot of guests in which it's gonna give our members and all of our other UTRGV students the opportunity to network and possibly get these internships hopefully eventually. But yeah, it should be a lot of fun. So fingers crossed.
Right now, we're just working on trying to get all the invitees. We want an expressive amount of people. We don't want just it's a bunch of attorneys. I'm trying to get mayors, attorneys, city officials, trying to get a bigger variety. That way, if somebody says, I want to be an attorney, but I want to be more for the city or kind of in council or something like that, okay, then there's somebody you can reach out to, and maybe you make a connection like that. That's something we're trying to work on.
Even at that, some people want to go to law school, maybe not to be an attorney, but to get more credentials to work in the government or something like that. So,
what type of lawyer do you think you'd be, Daniel?
Business,
corporate,
litigation.
Which one makes the most money?
Business,
corporate. Business. All right, I'd be business then.
Corporate litigation.
Business, the corporate's suits type, Mike Ross, all that good
stuff.
But
I also do enjoy the criminal aspect of it.
Which side?
Well, everyone. Well, both, but just to make sure that the prosecutor's doing his job, and vice versa. He's gonna make sure that I'm doing his job. Everyone's innocent until proven guilty, and so if I'm the lawyer, I'm making sure that you do your job to make sure that there's without a reasonable doubt that he is the one that did it, and I'm the one that's gonna be like, no, you're wrong. That's basically what I'm going for it. What about y'all? Have y'all dabbled in the aspect of what kind of specialty you want to go into?
Yeah. Well, for me, I'm 100% sure what I want to do, how I want to do it. I grew up doing construction. I used to be an HVAC technician throughout high school and middle school is where I got my certification. So I would grow up building houses, making these constructions, working on projects. But a lot of stuff here in the valley, which more people are kind of becoming aware of, is that there's a lot of construction defects, Sometimes people are cutting corners, not doing stuff right, and at the end of the day, who's the one that's paying? The homeowner, somebody that just threw down $200K and they're walking into a home that's just not perfect. And with the experience I've been learning and kind of something I've been figuring out how to do, due to my experiences, that we can defend those homeowners to fight back and try to take something back from these contractors that are doing wrong, right? So that's something I've always been pushing, and that's why I want to become an attorney, and then hopefully once I'm there, come back down to the valley and start practicing that.
So I'm the complete opposite. I'm kind of interested in everything right now. I mean, family law is really interesting. Literally everything. I think being a prosecutor would be fun. I don't know about a criminal defense attorney because, well, I don't think you can just kind of pick and choose, right? Um,
It depends. So if you're handed the case from the courthouse, you don't get to pick and choose.
Yeah,
But it's
that's
more like,
why.
hey, like for example, big stars come up to you like, I need someone amazing to handle this case, like a certain someone that, is very well known. That just so happens to, okay, yeah, I'll try my best. Family law, I heard is the most heartbreaking law though.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm a big family person. Like, I love people. I think it would it would really like satisfy that deep down, like to help people, sort those things out. I know it's really hard. An attorney told me once that when he was practicing with family law, it's crazy that he would get calls like in the middle of the night because, I mean, everything and anything can happen. People can get arrested. People can be showing up at other people's doors. Like, so I heard that it's a lot of work, but I feel like it would be really rewarding in the sense of when the case gets closed and resolved.
Well, it's great that you guys both have a trajectory and know exactly
Well,
where you want to go.
That's great. Eddie has a trajectory.
Well, she's just aiming for the moon wherever she lands.
Yeah.
No, there's
whatever
nothing wrong
happens.
with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, on that, when I used to be an assistant for an attorney, she was specifically family law, and where phone calls at the night, she went on vacation. I was in charge of the phone number, the cell phone.
Yeah.
That was a brutal, heartbreaking
Yeah.
time for me. And I think I was like 19 too. It was not
Wow.
fun. Yeah, I was like, I'm sorry, sir, I don't know how to handle this. Like, she just took everything, and I'm homeless right now. I don't have money for a hotel. I'm like, I
Oh,
don't know
wow.
what to tell you. She's on vacation, my guy. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was horrible. It
That's
was
intense.
heartbreaking. That's why I'm nowhere near for family law. That's I don't have my heart's too big for it. Because I'd probably just be like, here, I'm sending you money right now.
Well, I'm glad you would be that way at least.
Yeah,
Okay,
but that's why I know I'm staying away from it. So off the sad topic, let's go into something a little bit more fun.
Wait, can I ask y'all a fun question? Because we're gonna have to head on the other break real quick.
Yeah.
This one's gonna be a bit more out there, a little bit more fun. It's like about law, kind of. Do y'all know the movie Captain America: Civil War?
Oh my god.
A little bit.
Do you know that
It's been
movie?
a minute.
It's
Yeah.
been a minute. Do you know that movie, Ben?
I'm not like super into superheroes.
I'm sorry if it's like I just want to ask this question. I love asking this question. It's like one of them, Captain America doesn't want to join the government, and then the Iron Man wants to join the government. It's like, okay, if you don't join us, we're gonna hunt you down. It's like, what side would you have been in? The one where you join the government or the one where you don't join it?
Well, and
I'm waiting to see if you're gonna say every attorney's favorite line.
well, I don't know what that is. I'm not an attorney. In that case, it's a little bit different. Right? You can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna go towards the law and like Tony Stark, I'm gonna join the government because that's a legal thing to do. Captain America was just for the people, and I think that's something that I've always been for. Everybody knows that about me, so I think I would probably go with Captain America. Just do the justice without looking at anything past that.
See, I respect that. I respect that. What team were you, Daniel?
I'm Iron Man, 100%.
I'm
the
gonna
law is
need
the
more
law.
facts on that.
Yeah.
they
Okay,
don't-
so that
they
right
don't
there,
back.
it depends.
It depends.
Oh, that's every.
I
That's every
need more,
lawyer's
I need more context.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna give you an answer, but I mean, Eddie's sounded pretty good, so I guess. If I
So-
had to
Team
pick-
captain.
Yeah, so basically, in layman's terms, something happened, catastrophic. Iron Man says we need to be more careful. We need to be more constrained with the government because that's following the law better. And Cap is more like, no, because if they tell us to do something we don't want to do, we have to do it. Such
See,
and such.
And that's the thing, right? If you're a superhero that was only working in America, that's fine. I think that Tony Stark's right way of going for it is, yeah, you gotta work with the proper authorities to make sure you're mitigating the damages to the least amount. That type of way. Captain America wasn't just against his name, wasn't just for America. He was for everybody. So I think that's where they saw stuff different. They weren't just looking at their one solar. They weren't looking at their one colonia. They were looking at the whole world. Todo el mundo.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Plus, thanks for answering this question before our little break. Sorry, Shelby, if you didn't know
you're
like what
good.
that was. I just love asking every attorney that. I even asked the now mayor, my bad, Mayor Omar Ochoa that question,
What did he
and
say?
he didn't know.
Oh.
He didn't know who they were, but he knew who they were, but he didn't know what happened. But I still loved asking him that question.
Yeah.
But guys, we're gonna go on to the second break, so hopefully y'all just tune back in like 4 minutes.
And we are back.
Can I ask y'all the other fun question if y'all don't mind?
Go for it.
Yes.
Because the other question I asked every lawyer, one lawyer I know, someone who wants to be a lawyer. Every 2 questions, Captain America is one of them, and the other one is like, in your opinion, how much to be a lawyer? How much % of it is suaveness? Like
Charisma.
Charisma. Like if you had to give me a statistic, your opinion.
Okay, I don't know if I can put a number to it. I'm gonna say like 60%. I'm only gonna say that because again, there's been times in mock trial where we go to competition, we're arguing something, and whether it be my side or even the other side, we have the best argument, like we pull up the facts and even the rules that we're supposed to follow, and we still lose. So it's just a matter of presentation. Going off of that, I've even talked to attorneys. One in particular, he told me one time, he was like, yeah, like, I know for sure that I've won certain cases because of my charm. So
I love that so much.
Plays a big part, I think.
That sounds so fair in law, dude.
What about you? What do you think?
Well, I think I'm with Shelby, but I'm gonna put a little bit higher percentage, right? I'm more like at 75% charisma, because it's like how Shelby says, you can know all the facts, but if you can't, like,
You're
make
like
it
stuttering
sound
through every conversation.
Yeah.
it's like, the O.J. Simpson, if the glove didn't fit,
You
can't
must have quit.
Exactly. Man, that's all charisma right there. You gotta be like a little bit of a MacGyver, kind of like, okay, be quick about it. Like, where's my idea? Where's my hook? Because that's one thing that in mock trial, you have to have your hook. How are you gonna catch the judge's opinion like that? So charisma's really high up there.
So you give it 75%.
Yeah.
So O.J. Simpson, he was found not guilty, so he didn't do it, or the law says he didn't do it.
The law says he did not do it. Yeah. The law says.
There's just so many like little loopholes that you can go through, and it's like, okay, I know he did it. Like, I know he did it.
You can still be guilty by court of public opinion.
Yeah.
So-
What does that mean?
Like OJ was found not guilty, and technically he's not going to serve any repercussions, or he didn't serve any repercussions at the time. But that doesn't mean the rest of the world is going to be like, oh, look at you, buddy. Like, no, like everyone still hates you.
That's
like,
why I think that's one thing that they say now. There's the formal trial, but then there's also the public trial, right? In the court size, you might be guilty or non-guilty, but as soon as you walk out of the courtroom, how are the people going to see you, right? Is your life actually going to be like changed? Are you going to be in a different style of jail? So it's something that we've kind of faced now more in the modern day.
Yeah.
I love those responses, man. I did ask a family lawyer, and he told me 90% in his opinion. He's like 90%. It says he depends on the type of lawyer you want to be, but he does family. He gave it 90, which to me was just insane, dude.
That's
I'm like,
wild.
so you don't even have to like know what you're doing. You just have to like say it good.
I think so long as you have a good understanding of the facts and you can speak well, you can present your argument well, like, you're good. Again, if you're there stuttering, like, like the judge is not going to rule in your favor when it comes to, like, objections and whatnot.
And that's one thing, like, the old officers hate about me is that when I did my tryout, that packet we were supposed to read, I read it, like, 20 minutes before. And
I love that so much.
And then they were like, hey, what question did you want to, like, debate about? Because we're supposed to prepare a question in the tryout.
They gave us 3 questions, by the way. You're supposed to read through the questions, pick one, and prepare.
I didn't read any of them. my response was, because they're like, what question are you prepared for? All of them.
I'm mad.
And they were like, but which one?
Doesn't
I'm
matter.
ready for all of them. I want to show you who I am. And then it went from there.
No, I'm
Baller.
very structured. I read through it. I was like, no, I have to. No.
Were you on the same team at that time? I just imagine both of y'all like
We were both defense attorneys, but on like team A, team B. So, yeah.
The 2 type of lawyers right there, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
I just imagine like you coming up like, hey, so you want to bounce some stuff off, some ideas, and he's just like, what? Like, bro, I'm going into this.
How did you end up doing? Did they ask you all of them? Did you do good?
They asked me, it's because you're only supposed to do one. So they asked me about, what was it? What's my opinion on marijuana? And, like, should it be legalized? Should it not be legalized? And I just went off on, like, a whole little monologue. and never spoke more smooth in my life. And they were just throwing in questions like, "Oh, what about this?" Well, actually, based on this study, because I don't know where I was pulling this information out. It's like my little like limitless moment, and I mean, it worked out.
No,
and-
yeah, I looked up statistics and stuff like that. Yeah.
I don't think I ever look up statistics. I would just do your move.
Wow.
I would do that, but I would also be like, okay, maybe a little bit. We just have one good fact that I can hang on to the whole time, just in
Yeah.
case.
I think the only thing that helped me was that I remember doing a like science fair project back in like middle school about like the beneficial facts of marijuana and how it should be used in the medical field. That's the only reason I think I was able to make it past in that mock trial.
Well, I'm sure that helped.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Mr. Co-host Kevin, would you like to do your favorite parts real quick?
What is my favorite part?
This one.
That is your favorite part.
Oh, yes. It is. So just in case we're going to be short on time, we are going to go ahead and just skip to this real quick, and then we can revert back to the original questions that I had. So this is my personal favorite part of the segment. It is called the lightning round for both of you guests. It's basically we're going to ask you a small question. Don't try to read them. And you're just going to answer them as quickly as possible off the top of your head, and I'll go one at a time. Both of you answer the same question. So one of you is going to have like a half second more time.
He can go first.
So yeah, he's gonna go first for
He
the
likes
first
to
one,
go on the fly, so.
and then you're gonna go first on the second one.
Okay.
Just answer when I look
Oh,
at you.
we're alternating.
Yes,
Yeah.
with the same questions. So,
Which one's harder, the first question or the second question?
Shelby, it's no harder. Just go for it.
There is no harder, low key.
Okay.
yeah,
It's
it's off the
just
top of your head.
random.
You can
Okay.
take a little bit of time, but not
Alright.
too much.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Favorite legal drama or courtroom movie?
Legally Blonde.
My cousin Vinny.
I'm sorry,
My cousin Vinny.
my cousin Vinny. Oh, that's a good one. So what was that?
Never
What was
heard
Legally
of it.
Blonde? I love Legally Blonde. Okay, opening, cross, direct, or closing? Which one are you choosing?
Opening.
Direct.
Favorite objection: hearsay, relevance, speculation, or leading?
Relevance.
Oh, okay. Favorite witness type: expert, dramatic, comedic, or chaotic?
Comedic every day.
I think chaotic. Yeah.
Right now, let's talk about
Yeah,
that.
I want to talk about
Yeah, I
something.
have a story for that.
Dream city to compete in.
Austin.
That came to my mind, Austin. Yeah.
Awesome, nice. Favorite UTRGV spot to practice at?
The E-Stack.
Probably, yeah, that's where we always practice.
That's our place, yeah.
East funniest courtroom moment you've ever seen so far?
Okay, well, it was a story, but it was the buy bus that Eddie did.
Oh yeah, when I argued with this girl and I was like kind of saying, "Wow, I'm gonna pull out the court records right now," and
Yeah.
I just went off.
And then,
on her.
ma'am, do not disrespect this courtroom.
Oh yeah, I forgot I told her that.
You said that in front of the court, like in front of everybody in the mock court?
exact line was in front of the mock court. I was like, "Do not disrespect this courtroom. Do not disrespect this judge. Do not disrespect me, ma'am. You are gonna say the truth." And then that's when they were like, "Okay."
There weren't any rules, so it was just kind of like.
I would have given them the win
This
on the
was
spot.
If mock trial made a movie about your team, what would the title be?
Ooh,
MacGyver.
MacGyver.
Big guy.
what the? I don't know.
Like your little team that you have. Like what would the title be?
Best prosecution attorneys. I don't know.
Best prosecution.
Pretty
attorneys. Yeah.
prosecutioners.
Pretty prosecution. That's way better than the best.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. Like Pretty Little
Yeah,
Liars.
yeah. Okay. Who on the team would make the best judge?
Probably our president, Laura.
Yeah, Laura, our president.
Who gives the scariest cross?
Not me.
I don't know. That one's kind of hard.
I'll just say Mateo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
say
Okay,
Mateo.
Mateo.
Mateo's witness though, but that was kind of cool.
It'll work.
He just stands up and starts doing it.
I'll do this instead.
I'm asking the questions.
Most underrated part of mock trial.
Oh, definitely the kind of jumping to random ideas and conclusions.
Yeah, I don't know if I would call it, I don't know. I love the objections, just going back and forth. Yeah.
Oh, like six objections stacking on top of each other.
Yeah, like when you're adding objections, like I'd like to raise this objection, and on top of that, I would also like to raise relevant, like just, yeah.
Okay. Favorite mock trial memory that still makes you laugh.
The bye-bye.
Yeah, that was a pretty top 10 moment for all of us.
Well, we just finished the lightning round. Thank you so much. If you guys would like to speak on the buyback more, please feel free. Or
I want to hear that. Well, yeah, I would love to hear that, but I also want to hear about the dramatic and comedic, no, the chaotic and comedic.
Well, okay, so for me, we had a witness and she was supposed to be playing a doctor, right? She was an expert witness, so she was supposed to be like serious and like whatever. So I don't know if this was part of it. She was our witness, by the way. I think it was part of it. So she was like answering questions from the attorney who was cross-examining her, and like out of nowhere, like she tried pulling out a bottle of pills, and then it like dropped to the floor, and she was all like scrambling, and then she like took off her glasses, started wiping, like she was acting crazy and like just unhinged. But it's like she's a doctor, and we were just like, wait, why is she? Because like you're supposed to be serious, like, oh yes, the report showed. No, she was going crazy with her glasses and like OCD type. Yeah, that was funny.
I think for me, it wasn't even someone from our school, right? Where we were going against Baylor. Baylor's pretty big.
Are you talking about the nerd?
The nerd.
The
yeah.
nerd. The nerd.
Turns out the president of their mock trial was pretending to be the murderer, the defendant in this case. Guy pulled up and legit, like, you know when like you pick up your slacks really high, like past your belly button, and with some like rainbow suspenders.
Picture a nerd. That was him.
Like legit, like a costume. He goes up there, bawling his eyes out. Like, not even like, oh, he's like fake crying. Like, legit, like, it looked like someone just broke his heart.
Wow. Yeah.
Starts coming up, they're asking him questions, and he's like, Your Honor. Like, he just couldn't talk straight. And then the funniest part was that in that story, there's like supposed to be like his girlfriend that's his alibi. She was like in the witness, like kind of just.
They were matching, by the way.
That part was really cool. He kept blowing kisses, and then the Honor's like, "Sir, can you like focus? I'm sorry, just my love." Like it's just you couldn't like if you were asking him questions, you couldn't keep a straight face. It was really bad.
And then she went up to testify, and as she walked past him, like she was walking with a little strut, blew a kiss at him, winked, and then when she sat down, she's like, "Oh yeah, like that's my boo thing." Like, yeah, it was just so funny.
Wait, were you able to keep your composure? Like while talking to him?
I was lucky. I'm really bad. Like if somebody's being funny, I have to laugh. So I was lucky that I was just watching that trial go on. I think it was Laura.
I think so.
I think it was Laura, our president, that had to question him. It's just hard, you know. You try to give a straight face, and this guy's like crying like a little baby. Like it's kind of funny.
Yeah, and then she'd cross-examine him like, "Oh, but you," and he's like, and he'd make this face like, "What? No, I didn't do that. I would never do." Like,
and he was at the end. He was the murderer.
I don't know what the verdict was.
Oh no.
But...
Not talking bad on our team. They won. They 100% won. Like you can't look at that guy and say he's a murderer. He was too nice.
Okay, but it wasn't like they didn't do horrible, but it's the witnesses. And again, the witnesses play a key part. Like if you have really good witnesses that can pull it together like that, especially putting on like an act like that with a costume, then yeah, you have a really good chance of winning.
That's one thing that we tell. I say that a lot. My
try
bad.
To emphasize it.
That's a point that we try to make to the team is that an attorney can ask the questions, but if the witness is not going to answer it in the way you want it, then you're not really going to make a good point.
Or if they lie, it's like impeachment. Like, the credibility is gone. Like, yes, you keep on asking questions, but it's like, what for? Like, they're not going to believe them anymore.
And the nerd did bad. The nerd did good being a witness, like not saying anything.
Oh, yeah. He did really good. He dodged all the questions, and then, like, when you would get him, like, in a good corner, just start crying.
Yeah.
You could ask him.
I mean, they have a law school, like, right there with them. They have a bunch of attorneys and stuff, so it's hard.
God.
I think that's, like, one of the points where, like, you kind of have to, like, know how to pretend or kind of come up with something in the spot. So one moment that I did was I had this guy that was being really rude, and he was supposed to be a doctor. So instead of saying, like, oh, Dr. Basan or whatever the name was, I kept saying, "You're ma'am? Yes, ma'am." And then he got really mad. He's like, "Well, don't call me ma'am." "Well, then answer my question, sir. Let's go." And then the judge kind of like was like, "Okay." I didn't get in trouble for it, but he started answering my questions.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow. That I always thought, and I always had, I guess, a real different opinion of mock trial. Was just it's always strictly business and for realness and stuff.
No, there's
now to hear about the nerd stuff, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's what people don't realize, that have fun with it.
Get in the character.
It's still a kind of something that you should enjoy.
Yeah, for sure.
And y'all have enjoyed it so far.
Oh,
yes,
it
without a
seems.
doubt. Yeah.
I wish I was there, dude. Now I'm just imagining that, man, not being able to break character. Like, if that was
Oh
me,
my god!
I'd be like...
Yeah, I'd be dying. I'd be like, Your Honor, are you serious? Do I have to? Can we take 5, please? Like, this is brutal. This is brutal. Oh man. Well.
So there's no going overboard there? Like, everything they did was completely, like...
Oh yeah. What are the rules?
Yeah, can I just, like, not talk, or am I supposed to... do you have to
I
make
would say
me
it's
talk?
regular, like, courtroom rules. Like,
What
no-
are they?
Well, I think like one point is like if I'm questioning you, right, and I keep asking you question, and I'm not even letting you answer them, then Shelby would like chime in on your behalf and be like, "Hey, objection, badgering the witness." Like you're
Yeah.
like really just on top of them.
And the objections kind of keep the rules in place so that, or for perfect example, relevance. If you start talking about, like, I don't know, how you went to the mall, like, what does that matter? Like, keep it to the subject. No sidebar, things like that. If your witness, answer the question. Like, don't go on a ramble and, like, start doing narrative. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. You don't want to like. You have to say everything like in a special term called legalese. You know, you can't say no one cares about that. That's like random ass conversation. You just say relevance. Like, come on, man. Like,
Yeah.
get to the point already.
Now I'm kind of curious. Now that you said legalese, can you do a plug for both of the Instagrams in legalese?
Social center or interactions for individuals on mobile devices for mock trial.
And what would go ahead like plug it? Like if you were like gonna actually like plug it in.
What do you mean?
Like say if, like remember how she plugged both the social medias? Like in legalese, go ahead and plug it.
Oh.
That's on you, Eddie.
I don't know how to do that.
I already plugged it.
Okay.
Next.
Shoot, I don't think I'm gonna be doing that.
That's okay. That's okay. I just wanted to see if you'd be able to. It's for fun. So what they're talking about is like the super strict legal terms of how like things are articulated and stuff. Yeah,
can't-
explain legalese. Real quick.
I don't know what that is.
I can't.
It's pretty much like instead of saying, "Oh, I'm gonna go drop off the mail," you're gonna be like, "I'm gonna go on my transportation to go drop off," and then pretty much you're trying to make it sound so much more formal than what it really is. You know, and it's like the courtroom. You can't just say, "Your Honor, that just doesn't make sense." You'll be like, "Your Honor, relevance," you know, stick to the point, or you gotta make it sound more structured and more just sound like a lawyer. Pretty much.
You can't just go and be like, Your Honor, make that make sense. Your
Yeah.
Honor, he said on his mama, like that type of stuff. You
Yeah,
can't
pretty
just-
That is why Ian Alfaro, I don't know how much big involved he is in mock trial now, but I know he's huge. He wants to be a lawyer. He's our vice president. That's why he changed his vocabulary, dude. He like low key changed his vocabulary so much.
It kind of helps you, you know.
Does it
trains
just happen naturally?
Pretty much, you know, you're learning new words and new ways to say things, and then eventually you're like, oh, I'm talking different, right? I think I've been out of the game, like actually being involved for like the couple month or two, so I'm losing it a little bit. But once you're back in it, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm talking weird again.
Yeah, over the summer I kind of lost that, but I know when I was in my prime, like really digging into the case and objections, like I'd be talking to my mom and be like, okay, but that's just hearsay. Like, okay, but what's the relevance? Like, it would just come out, like, and she's like, Shelby, why are you talking like that? I was like, sorry.
I think one thing like lawyers would tell you is that if you can say something in 5 words or less, then you're doing good legalese. If it takes you like 2 sentences would take a lawyer to say in like a word, that's pretty bad, you know.
Good to know.
I love
good
this
to know.
podcast. That is really good to know, but it's right about to be like done. So if y'all have any closing statements, anything you want to say for the people listening, any shout outs, anything?
Well, I just want to shout out, you know, our president, Laura. Amazing person. She's really been building a new year for us, and
Yeah.
because of her, I think we're on a good path, you know. And same thing to my team. I'm really proud of everybody. I don't say it enough, or I don't say it at all sometimes, but I'm really proud of where everybody's at and where everybody's mindset is. So I really do thank all of y'all for inviting us on.
Yeah, go ahead and check out our socials. If you guys have any questions, you can email our Outlook or even request us on VLink to get some more information. You can go ahead and audition for next semester, and we can compete from there. But yeah, we're going to also be having some interviews soon for some new chair positions and probably future actual officer positions, which we're really looking forward to leave this great organization into good hands for the future generations.
Well,
You, Daniel, you have any? Thank you for that. That was really nice. But Daniel, you got any closing statements?
Yes, I do. I could literally do this all day. Just saying.
My closing statement is I want to elaborate on what Ian is. Ian, our vice president SGA, amazing person. I love Ian because if he sees the situation point itself, he can't ignore it. Sometimes he wishes he could. But thank you for joining us today, Eddie and Shelby. It's been amazing hearing your experiences, learning more about the mock trial team.
Yep. And to our listeners, if you're interested in joining or supporting the team, make sure to follow UTRGV Mock Trial on social media, as well as the pre-law.
Yes,
The
for
pre-law.
the LSAT courses. that
Pre-law
we
for
post.
LSAT courses. So if you're interested in attending one of their meetings.
Yeah.
And as always, if you have any questions or ideas for SGA Unplugged, you can email me at kevin.sebastianflores01@utrgv.edu.
Or Daniel at daniel.vera02@utrgv.edu.
Thanks for tuning in. Stay curious, stay engaged, and stay Vaquero strong. Until next time, this is Kevin and Daniel signing off from SGA Unplugged.